Hello Taurus, welcome. It's Sandra here from Wolf Moon Tarot. I hope you're all well wherever you are. Happy New Year. I wish you all a very peaceful but successful, abundant and expansive 2022. Just wishing you all lots of lovely energies, and progress, whatever that means for each one of you, Taurus. Okay, so this reading is going to look at your energies between the 3rd to the 9th of January 2022, or thereabouts. It could resonate a little bit beyond that time. Alright, so it is a general reading, Taurus, so take what resonates, leave behind, or for somebody else, anything that it doesn't fit with your story at this time. Alright, so what have we got for Taurus, please? In this New Year reading, what have we got for Taurus? What does Taurus need to know at this time? Alright Taurus, we've got number 33, and this talks about having patience, waiting for the right move. We have the Kingfisher here that's waiting very patiently, very still, waiting for the opportune time to dive in to get himself his lunch or his dinner. Alright, so this is about patience, timing, all about patience and timing. Alright, just put that to one side. And number 9 here, and this talks about support and bearing the weight of others. So perhaps at this time needing to offer a bit of support to somebody else or to others, bearing the weight of a situation. We have a lot of the Leo energy, which is about strength, or the depictions of Leo here. So yes, this is drawing on your inner strength. And there's going to be perhaps situations going forward where you're going to have to support others in some way. Okay. So let's get into your reading, Taurus. So what have we got for Taurus? The 3rd to the 9th of January 2022. Going into the new year. What have we got for Taurus at this time? So you have the heart of your reading, Taurus, the root of the matter, past influences, what's on your mind at the moment, the future going forward, and then something else your guides would like to say to you at this time. And at the bottom of the deck we have the Two of Pentacles, and this is about needing to juggle different prioritize or different energies, different situations. Some things are up in the air, some things are within your grasp. But there's a little bit of a need for some form of a decision perhaps to be made, decisions to be made. Making light of it though, sort of juggling these situations, these energies, these decisions that need to be made, just juggling them and making light of them. And other people are quite impressive with how you're managing and juggling this situation. And all the time trying to keep your feet on the ground, trying to keep some form of balance going here. Right, could we have some clarifying cards for all of the cards on the table, please, for Taurus, 3rd to 9th of January 2022, thereabouts. Could we clarify all of the cards on the table, please? For Taurus. All right, at the bottom of the deck, Taurus, we've got the Seven of Pentacles. And of course, Pentacles is definitely your energy. It's very much an earth energy. But this is about seeds that have been set. The roots here are very healthy, very firmly embedded within the soil, are growing very well. So something that you've been growing and nurturing has got good roots here, good sound roots. But it's in its early stages still. The plant that's above the ground, it still needs a lot of care and attention. So there's something that is well established, but it's still needing a bit of care and attention for growing. So it still needs a bit of looking after. All right, whatever this is referring to for you, Taurus. And that could be where, you know, bearing the weight of others, you know, looking after and supporting others comes into this equation. But there's something about timing, the right time. All right, so what's at the centre of your reading, Taurus? We have the Ace of Cups and the Seven of Wands. And the Ace of Cups, this is filling your cup now. This is new beginnings, new opportunities to do with either love and relationships or something that's meaningful for your heart centre, for your emotions. And filling your cup being full now to overflowing. So it's a brand new opportunity, brand new beginning. It could be to do with love and relationships, meeting somebody new. It could be a deepening of the love of in a current relationship. Or it could be something else, something that's, you know, making your heart sing, if you like. But right at the beginning of it. However, to clarify the Seven of Wands, so this is having to defend yourself, needing to stand up for yourself. Be strong in your space. We've got the young lady in the circle of protection here, so she's well protected. She's protecting her heart space with her hands together in a prayer position, but it's over her heart space, so she's protecting her heart, her emotions, particularly if this is something new at the beginning to do with your emotions, something that you're potentially, that could be a great love, but you're having to defend yourself and look after your heart at the same time. But your solar plexus is shining there, and that's your center to do with your power, control, autonomy. So you've very much got the higher ground here, and you're having to defend yourself from others who want to have their opinions and values and thoughts and perspectives listened to above yours, perhaps. So you're having to, you know, defend yourself, but you're quite capable of doing that, Taurus. And it's something to do with this new beginning, a new opportunity that's meaningful for your heart centre here. What's at the root of this? Well, we have the major arcana, the Magician, and we have the Five of Swords. The Magician energy, this is a manifestation. He's a grand manifester in the major arcana in tarot. So what's already in place is something's been manifesting. You've been, you know, drawing on your energies, pulling things together. You've had a vision of where you want to go, and you've been manifesting that. To create it, bring it into your reality. So it's either yourself to do with the Magician, or it's an energy around you or somebody connected to you. But there certainly has been a manifestation, bringing something into reality, a vision, bringing it into reality for some of you, Taurus. However, the clarifier is the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords, this is a little bit of a competitive energy. You know, disagreements, arguments, feeling like you're on the battlefield, you know. Sometimes it's to do with somebody who needs to win at all costs, needs to have their opinions secured, their opinions listened to, and their opinions decided upon and agreed upon. But it's caused somebody a headache here. Somebody's got a headache here and feeling like, you know, they're having to leave that battlefield. This is already in place, so this is at the root of this situation. So there's been a little bit of a few battles to do with something that's been manifested and brought into reality. Causing a little bit of a headache. So that's at the root of the situation. And I feel it's carried on a little bit here with the Ace of Cups. So there's something that's really, you know, fulfilling and filling your cup of emotion and of your cup of love here. But you're still having to defend yourself. And it's something, and I feel you're having to stand your ground and defend yourself to do with whatever this Five of Swords is, this whoever it is you're in competition with, Taurus. All right, past energies. Right, we have the Devil and we have the Eight of Cups. So in the past there's been a devil energy, and the devil energy is an obsessive, addictive energy. And it's either to do with an aspect that you found yourself having to deal with, Taurus, or it's somebody connected to you. But in the past there has been this devil energy. This a toxic energy that you've had to walk away from. You've had to leave. You've had to move on, whether it's emotionally, mentally, physically, or a combination. You've had to move on from this toxic energy. And go in search of the Ninth Cup, which is wish fulfillment, blessings. And of course, here it is. Here are the blessings, the wish fulfillment, the Ace of Cups. New beginnings, new opportunities to do with the heart centre. But what it meant was you've got to leave this, some form of an obsessive energy, a devil energy, whether it's something within yourself or somebody connected to you, Taurus. And it's all to do with something that you've been manifesting, creating, or somebody connected to you, or a combination. So what's on your mind at this moment? We've got the Moon and we've got the Four of Wands. The Moon, this is about things not being 100% clear at this time. Things being a little bit unclear. And we can see a little bit of that with the Two of Pentacles, can't we? Still juggling, still trying to keep balance, keep yourself grounded, but things being up in the air. So that's what you're thinking about, Taurus. Things being a little bit in the shadows at the moment, not 100% clear. The clarifier is the Four of Wands. So in this particular depiction with the Four of Wands, this is about celebrating within the family home, celebration, having cause for celebration. Security, happiness, joy within the family home and situation, being on the right path. All right, but in this depiction we have it's a tent that's secured down, and that's fine, but it's a transient energy. So I feel for some of you this could be about moving home, leaving one environment, moving on to another environment, but being, you know, very happy about that. But there's things that are a little bit unclear at this time. So, you know, it's for some of you it's moving home, leaving an environment. For others of you, it's some form of movement and change happening that may mean having to move on or leave somewhere in the future. That's why things are a bit unclear at the moment to how this is going to happen and pan out. Okay. Going forward, Taurus, what have we got? Well, we've got the Knight of Rods, and we've got the Seven of Swords. So it is as I suspected with the Four of Wands. The Knight of Rods or the Knight of Wands, in its purest sense, this is about moving home. So it's leaving one environment and moving on to another. It promises abundance and expansion when the Knight of Rods comes forward also. It's very exciting. Very exciting. Promising growth. Now, the Seven of Swords is a clarifier. There are layers to this card, as there are with all of the energies, and that's why as a reader you have to look at the cards already on the table and the cards adjoining. So the Seven of Swords in its purest sense, this is very much about the thief in the night, the sneak energy, somebody being where they shouldn't be, taking what doesn't belong to them. Alright, so, you know, being deception by the light of the full moon here, out at night, up to no good. That's sort of an energy. But this can also be about leaving, or, you know, not letting others know that you are leaving, you know, by the light of the full moon. And I say that because of it's a clarifier for the Knight of Rods. I feel for some of you there's something you're perhaps not revealing to others. You're keeping it to yourself, about taking something or leaving something or moving on from something. Just keeping it to yourself as you move on. And I think it is to do with moving on here. I say for some of you it will be about leaving an environment, going to a new environment. I might get some, I think I'm going to get some clarifiers for these two energies. I'll just have a look at what your guides want to say to you first. Wow, here we go. We've got two Leo energies here. The strength energy times 2. This is about being strong now, drawing on your inner strength. Taking control here, taking control of the beast. Taking control of something that, you know, has its own energy. Could be a destructive energy. That's why you have to take control of it. So it doesn't dominate you. You take control of this, of the lion here. Alright? But you are in control and you do it very comfortably. Look, you're very comfortable here. You're not frightened. You're very much in control. But needing to take control also. And lead the way, I feel. And yes, you know, drawing on your inner strength. The inner strength of this depiction is the lion. But outwardly you are the lamb. You are very caring, looking after the lamb, looking after those that need your strength, that need your care and attention. So, you know, you have a lot of sensitivity, empathy and compassion for others and for situations. But let nobody feel that this is a sign of weakness, because you have an great inner strength, Taurus. You know, you draw on your inner strength when you need to and take control. Fabulous, two fabulous, very strong energies here for you, and that's what your guides want to say. You're quite capable. You've got the strength, you've got the energy to take control of this situation. At the same time, nurturing and caring and looking after something that is in its early stages still, although it's got good roots, good firm roots, but still needs a little bit of looking after. All right, I'm going to get some more messages to do with. Could we have some more information to do with the Knight of Rods and the Seven of Swords, please? Some more information to do with the Knight of Rods and the Seven of Swords, please. For Taurus, going forward. The Knight of Rods and the Seven of Swords, please. Knight of Rods, Seven of Swords for Taurus, please. 2 more, please. 2 more. 2 more. Okay, so connected to the Knight of Rods, which I feel is some form of movement and change, definitely. For some of you, it'll be moving home, leaving an environment, moving on to another one that promises growth and opportunity. And we have the Ten of Swords and the Death energy here. So the Ten of Swords, this is the ending of some form of a difficult or painful situation. For some of you, perhaps grieving over what's gone, grieving over a loss. But when the Ten of Swords comes forward, it means it's ending. The swords are lifting. All right, the moon is shining its light and going to shine light on this situation for you going forward. So although what the Knight of Rods brings in is a movement and change, is energy, passion, growth, opportunity, new opportunity, there is going to be an element of somebody here grieving over leaving, I feel. Feeling a sense of loss. But it won't last. You can see the swords are lifting now, coming away. And it's because of an ending here with the Death card. But there has to be an ending for a new beginning, for new growth. We see the fire in the background here burning. And that's burning and cleansing and releasing. To make way for burning the old wood to make way for new growth. And we have the pumpkins here, you see, which is, harvesting. There's been a great harvest. There's been something in abundance. But now in the current situation, there's no growth. So things have got to end to go forward. There you can see the moon. There's an eclipse of the moon up here. So, something eclipsing now. Something better coming in. But there has to be this ending. And for some, that is going to cause this sense of grief, a sense of loss. And it's all part of the energy of what the Knight of Rods is bringing in now going forward, moving on. All right, so connected to the Seven of Swords, we have the Wheel and the Eight of Chalices or the Eight of Cups. All right, so this leaving, moving on, it feels... For somebody, it feels deceptive. It feels a bit sneaky, having to leave, almost leaving by the light of the moon at night. That's how it feels for somebody here. And it's, it's the wheel. This is about... The wheel is the wheel of destiny, the wheel of fortune. And for somebody, they feel that their destiny has come to a full stop, that the wheel was turning and turning in their favour, but it's come to a bit of a standstill. And you can see the weeds are growing through the wheel, so it's not rolling. That's how they feel. It's not rolling for them anymore. Things have come to a standstill. And it's because of a separation, a leaving. You see the Eight of Cups here. Somebody's moving on. Somebody's leaving. There's a separation here. And so there's a sadness. And, the depiction here is the man going, it looks like he's going off to work. He's probably got to go a long way. He's leaving to go to work. But the lady left behind is very tearful. So I feel somebody's moving on it may be to do with work, money, career, opportunity, business, whatever that means for you. But this moving on, this separation is causing sadness and uncertainty for somebody here. They feel that their wheel of destiny, the wheel of fortune has come to a standstill, and they feel it's a bit of a sneaky thing that's happening. All right. So that's just for some of you here. That sort of makes sense, doesn't it, with the Knight of Rods and somebody feeling this sense of loss and grief because of an ending. And I feel that this is something to do with somebody needing a lot of support from you, Taurus. Somebody needs support. And it's all about timing, choosing the right time to act. And perhaps in time, I mean, the Seven of Pentacles, looking after somebody's feeling fragile, I think. And you having to juggle lots of balls in the air, to try and get a sense of balance. All right, so things are a bit unclear at the moment to do with this move, this transient time. Okay. So, you're having to defend yourself, although this is something that's been manifested, that's, been wanted and desired. It means somebody's got to walk away from something. Somebody's had to walk away. Somebody's needed to walk away from a bit of a toxic, obsessive energy to find their ninth cup, which is what has been manifested here. But you're still having to defend yourself. But you've got all the strength here. You're going to know what to do when the time is right, Taurus. You're going to know exactly how to manage this situation, how to deal with and control this situation. Right, let's get two final messages for you, Taurus. I have two final messages for Taurus, please, to complete this reading. What else for Taurus? Alright, Taurus, we have view from above, so get the big picture, and watching clouds, lie back, rest and relax. So there's a need to stand back, come away from the crowd, come away from the nitty-gritty, if you like. Come away, you've got to do that to get the bigger picture. Don't get embroiled and pulled in to the dramas, Don't. Yes, and that's where the strength cards come in. You've got to stand back and look at the bigger picture now to get a good view, and to be able to see how to manage this situation, how to go forward. And watching clouds, so when you can, lie back, rest and relax. When you can, come away from the crowd, switch off, watch the clouds go by, read a book, have a cup of tea. And have a swing in the hammock there. So whenever you can, I feel, to get your sense of balance and proportion, you've got to still look after and nurture yourself and have a break. I think there's quite a busy time ahead coming up, and you're going to be balancing a lot of different, not just your own emotions. You're going to be balancing other people's emotions here, I feel. Right, particularly with the Seven of Pentacles here. All right, Taurus, I'm going to leave it there. Whoever this was for, I hope it's been of some use for you and it's had some meaning, and offered you a little bit of support and clarity to do with your situation. But good luck going forward, and until next time, bye bye for now.